What's up mga pinangga sa Diyos? Kumusta? Welcome to my channel. And today we have another video to be shared. But before that, click the subscribe and hit the bell icon.
There's this boy I know. A decade ago, he could not have imagined surviving in the difficulties of life. Who was he anyway but a homebody kid, and at his young age he struggled against poverty? Who was he anyway, a tiny but optimistic boy? Despite struggling to make a living, he continues to dream and move on. What a positive philosophy he has. He always believes that life is a beautiful journey. He has been a scavenger once. He never forgets this experience when he ate some foods that were thrown in the garbage because of hunger. There were times when his family could only have one meal in a day and eat some good meat when they got leftovers from the garbage. Who is he anyway? A dreamer and believer that education is one of the great treasures that can be kept in life. And so, he finished his high school and landed into different job experiences, such as construction laborer, machinist helper, janitorial and manufacturing operator in an American firm at the MEPZ. Then, he became a breadwinner. He sent his siblings to school as well as himself as he continues to college. This boy is me. Life is a complex description. Apparently, there were times that I was walking in the park while on the other days, I felt like an uphill run on a rocky road. However, each experience helped me to define the person who I am now. Since all of my siblings had their own job and some of them have their own family, I felt free like a bird, to fly in any direction. I quieted my white-collar job in MEPZ, which I had 2 decades of service there, and chosen not to work again, for I preferred to serve God by pursuing my longtime dream of becoming a priest. I entered in the seminary to deepen my discernment for priesthood vocation. While in the seminary, I learned that the uncle, a priest, of a fellow seminarian needed a kidney transplant. It has also been my dream to donate an organ after my death, but did not know where to go to make an arrangement, so when I heard of the need of a fellow seminarian's uncle, I quickly volunteered. Why should I wait to die for me to help? Or in fact, we have 2 kidneys, one is to care and the other one is to share. I can live healthy with 1 kidney. I'm just a steward of this earthly body, and it's about time I gave it back to the owner, God. Laboratories were on progress and I received personal confrontations from the people closest to me not to pursue the kidney donation because this might risk my life. But this is my ultimate expression of love for my neighbor in terms of being prepared to sacrifice. In the fictional movies, the essence of being a hero is sacrifice. Everyone needs a hero, as saying goes, no man is an island. For me, valuing sacrifice is called to be a God's instrument of touching one's life. According to St. Thomas Aquinas, this kind of action is only virtuous if the person reflects upon the danger or risk involved in the act. The elements of risk and danger in virtuous actions are components of that certain kind of altruistic action that is defined by sacrifice or by the need for the agent to give something up and perform it. The act. This action is, for Aquinas, directed ultimately towards the end of achieving divinity. I am pretty sure that this reflects the benefit of the Holy Spirit's gift of courage that reflects confidently and without fear of my decision. Nothing changes after donation. All activities were back to normal except the high resulted of creatine, 1.9, after several months, but gradually going down with enough intakes of water, regular exercise and healthy diet. This is a normal reaction since I only have 1 kidney that undergoing an adjustment. The scar does not degrade my self-esteem but reminding me always the gospel that goes, whoever saves his life will lose it and whoever loses his life for my sake you will find it, cf. Matthew 10:39. The moral sense of this verse is to do our social responsibility. Whoever loses his life for the sake of God's name will do his duty and end this life leaving some heart prints to people closest to him. A new life will sprout or an extension of it will grow into someone's life. There are moral and ethics argumentation about kidney donation. In the Philippines, moral issue arises about this topic when Filipinos selling their kidneys. Some Filipino contacts or foreign recipients utilize the vulnerability of those people in the slums area who have difficulties to make a living in life. For an altruist person and also in Christian ethics of charity, courage was an important component too in pursuing true happiness and the good virtuous, Aquinas 1964. E2. 129.2. Helping others without expecting any in return, indeed, is an act of altruism. And this is my advocate, to inspire a living donor by sharing these experiences, touching the lives of those who have the desire to help other people, especially those suffering the renal diseases. Inspiring them to become God's instrument to let these people experience life and engrave words in the door of Cebu Transplant Network Clinic. And lastly, this decision making was not made by myself alone. I prayed a lot that if this decision could bring the glory to his name and for the good for my soul, I have in mind that God will grant it. After praying fervently in the chapel of the Saint Teresa of the Child Jesus at the San Carlos Seminary College, I've seen a rose petal red under the kneeling. And I interpreted that scenario that my decision was aligned to his divine plan for me and for Fr. Renario Dayanan, the recipient of one of my kidneys. This selfless and lifetime sacrifice, thus, is a call and inspiration that everyone could be God's instrument to let someone experience life. I feel grateful and thankful to God for these opportunities that come along my ways. With all of these experiences, I optimistically find the meaning and purpose in self-giving. My sacrifices, and the way I dealt with them, are among the many gifts that shape my life.
Salamat sa pagtanaw. Unta aduna mo na pupo nga pagtulon-an niini. For the upcoming videos, click the subscribe and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank you.